Guitar players always want analog gear, analog sounding gear, right? Maybe, like digital delays and reverbs, they're better digital these days than they are analog. But when it comes to our drive pedals, we're really a peculiar kind of people, right? We like Proco Vintage Rat with this and that transistor. We like our tube screamers to have this and that clipping diode. We're very picky on the fuzz pedals that we use. You're probably thinking, if you've never seen the NEXI board before, you're probably thinking, well, this kind of looks like an Apple product or something industrial. And of course, I totally agree. A huge part of the appeal of pedals is the graphics and the shapes and the cool names. You don't really get that with the NEXI stuff. This is not digital stuff. There is something in the Netherlands called the Vintage Analog Protection Squad. And these drive pedals are all designed by experienced boutique pedal designers. And I'm not just saying that. I was interested in the NEXI board because I came across the ad on a website or maybe in a guitar magazine. They were all over the place. So I decided to get one and get some more pedals and share this with you guys. I've been talking to Jeroen Bakker, who is the owner of NEXI Industries, and he told me that all of these pedals are analog. If you open them up, you're going to see they're analog pedals. All of the sounds in there were designed and tweaked by some of the Netherlands' best boutique builders. I'm not going to say their names, but there is one guy who I'm sure of. If I told you that he designed these drive pedals, he would go bankrupt because he wouldn't sell any more pedals because these are much cheaper. I'm not going to say the name. And there's a couple of those guys, right? By the way, this whole thing is designed and built in the Netherlands, okay? So right now, over here I've got all of the drive pedals with all of the knobbies set to midday, playing on my Kaufman Telecaster, which was also handmade in the Netherlands. Hail to the Netherlands. Going into my Orange OR15, which is not made in the Netherlands, but orange, of course, is the Dutch national color. So that's why I'm playing orange. Really old school, gnarly kind of fuzz. Here's even more fuzz. Okay, very 60s. Okay, now here is the Dutch Screamer, which is, of course, a tube screamer style pedal. Well, you could have two of them if you want for the price of a really good tube screamer and stack them like Stevie Ray Vaughan, right? Okay, so right here is the normal overdrive, which you've also already heard, which is much more open sounding, and the tube screamer has the mid bump. And the headroom on this thing is tremendous. Okay, here's the 70s overdrive. Which is a lot more mid-range and a little bit more girth. It sounds a little fuzzier and it has more bass. Check this out. Okay, so right here is the, let me see, it's the regular distortion. Which also sounds pretty dirty, but that's also part of due to the fact that I'm running into an amp that's already a little bit breaking up. So typically distortion pedals you'd want to use into a clean amplifier. And here's my favorite. This is the 70s distortion. Okay, so there you go, a look at the drive pedals from NEXI Industries. This 70s distortion is definitely my favorite. Sounds nice and fuzzy, nice and bright if you want it. It also cleans up really nicely. And the 70s overdrive has killer bottom end. And I also really like the Dutch screamer for its mid hump. Which is very usable. So now you kind of have an idea how these dirt pedals sound that were designed by the vintage analog protection squad, a bunch of pedal builders from the Netherlands who are really good at tweaking really good sounds, making great pedals. Even though they don't look very boutique, I assure you that these drive pedals sound as good as anything else out there.